This is day 63. Embrace the chaos. We have this incorrect notion that the world swirling around us is an organized place. We do this all the time. We think that they have it figured out. They must have a process, or they are tracking all of this. There's obviously some structure in the world around us, but order is not the rule. It is the exception. Most of what surrounds us is chaos. Chances are they have no idea what they're doing, and most likely they are wandering completely aimless. So if we are surrounded by constant chaos, rather than fighting this or putting our head in the sand about it, we should embrace it. That is right, embrace the chaos. But how do you embrace the chaos? This is simple. You must accept that chaos is inevitable. In The Matrix, Agent Smith tells Neo about inevitability during their confrontation in the subway station. Specifically, as Agent Smith holds Neo on the tracks with a train approaching, he says, "You hear that, Mr. Anderson? That is the sound of inevitability. It is the sound of your death. Goodbye, Mr." This quote encapsulates the theme of inevitability in the narrative, suggesting that Neo's fate, as seen by Smith, is sealed, aligning with the very deterministic view of the Matrix system, where outcomes are controlled and predictable. However, this moment also serves as a turning point for Neo, showcasing his ability to defy what seems inevitable by breaking free and ultimately changing his fate. We have assigned a negative connotation to the word chaos, but in reality, that is just a dichotomy that creates a false dilemma. Chaos, order, and the balance between them are what we do as humans. We create order by our very presence. For a moment, just a moment, our consciousness introduces order into a chaotic state. This is the beauty of life and creation and the magnificence of it all. Life is chaos, and our free will to impose upon it as we will is our obligation, our right, and maybe even our purpose. However, it is fleeting and fragile. Here is where life creates beauty, and we are all blessed to be a small part. The failure of our temporary and momentary order to the chaotic world is inevitable, but that does not mean that we must succumb to a nihilistic or pessimistic view. Rather, the complete opposite. Understanding that chaos is inevitable can significantly shift our perspective and our interaction with the world in several beneficial ways. First, it reduces disillusionment. When we accept that chaos is the norm rather than the exception, we're less likely to be disillusioned when our expectations of an orderly, perfect world don't match reality. This can prevent the frustration. This can prevent the frustration that comes from believing that they have everything under control, when in fact they might be just as baffled as we are. Second, it promotes realism. It encourages a more realistic view of life where we understand that not everything can be planned or predicted. This realism can lead to better preparedness for when things go awry, as we're not caught off guard by the natural state of things. Third, it empowers adaptability. Recognizing chaos as a fundamental aspect of existence empowers us to develop and hone adaptability. Instead of expending energy fighting against the chaotic nature of life, we learn to flow with it, adapting our plans, expectations, and responses accordingly. Fourth, it encourages innovation. When order is not assumed, creativity and innovation are often sparked. In chaos, there's a demand for new solutions, new ways of thinking, and novel approaches to problems. Embracing chaos can lead to breakthroughs that might not occur in a more structured environment. Fifth, it enhances resilience. Knowing that chaos is part of the fabric of life makes us more resilient. We're better equipped to bounce back from setbacks because we're not in denial about the chaotic nature of existence. We accept turbulence and thus are less shattered by it. Sixth, it fosters a sense of control. Paradoxically, accepting chaos can give us a sense of control. Instead of feeling powerless against an orderly system that we can't comprehend, We realize we're all in this chaotic dance together. We can then focus on what we can control, our reactions, our choices, and our next steps. Seventh, it reduces anxiety. When we stop expecting life to be a well oiled machine and accept its chaotic nature, we might find less anxiety in daily life. There's a relief in letting go of the need for everything to be predictable and orderly. 8. It cultivates humility. It reminds us that no one has all the answers and no one controls all the variables. This humility can lead to better interpersonal relationships, as we're more likely to empathize with others and their struggles with navigating life chaos just like we do. Ninth, it promotes mindfulness. Embracing chaos encourages living in the moment because you're dealing with what is rather than what should be. This can lead to a greater appreciation of the present, even when it is chaotic. 10th, it inspires personal growth. The constant challenge of chaos means we're always learning, always adapting, and growing. It's an environment that pushes personal development because stasis is just not an option. By embracing the chaos, we're not just accepting a reality, we're choosing to engage with life in a way that acknowledges its true nature. This does not mean giving up on structure or planning, but understanding that these are tools we can navigate the chaos with, not to eliminate it. It's about dancing with unpredictability rather than trying to dictate every step of the dance.